The 2019 Iroquois Stakes is in the books, and Dennis Moment, the big favorite, pays $2.80 to win. He was coming off that 19-length victory at the Pea Patch Ellis Park, and in a surprising betting action, he took all the money early, was hammered late, and ended up paying $2.80. Meanwhile, on the track, the performance was a strong performance for Dennis Moment. A couple of things that was really promising about this victory was one, you kind of thought he had the ability to rate, and the outside post position coming out of the 8-hole kind of helped in this race because there was a couple of speed horses to the inside of him, and this allowed him to sit in 4th place. In fact, the leader was a little bit rank, so there was kind of a lone speed horse, and then there was 2 horses, and then Dennis Moment sat on that 3-wide trip in 4th place. At the 6 furlong mark and a little over 111, he kind of went to the leaders, engaged the leaders, kind of wanted to weaken them going into the turn, and that's exactly what happened. They didn't offer a lot of resistance, and Dennis Moment came out of that turn with the lead, opened up by 2 to 3 lengths. Officially on the chart at the top of the stretch, he was up by a couple, and then he ended up winning safely, and the chart said that he cruised on in. He was really in hand late. Scabbard actually make a nice late run after getting some trip trouble going down the backstretch. So that was a nice performance from him as well, the runner-up finisher. So overall, I think the Iroquois Stakes kind of answered the questions we wanted to see. Could Dennis Moment rate a little bit? The speed figure came back strong. And now moving forward on the Kentucky Derby Trail 2020 and the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Trail, the only questions will be, will Dennis Moment run in the Keeneland race to get that final prep in before the Breeders' Cup, or will he train up to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile? In either case, I think he'll be either favored in the Keeneland Futurity, or he'll be one of the top 2 favorites in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. We'll have to see if somebody kind of really blows out a nice champagne victory. With the Breeders' Cup being held on the West Coast this year, we'll see if 8 Rings or whoever else emerges out of the American Pharoah Stakes as well. But right now, 10 points on the board towards the 2020 Kentucky Derby. Dennis Moment, the son of Tisnow. Pedigree says it's going to be a late developer. He's already got a win over the Churchill Downs racing surface underneath the Twin Spires, and you can make sure that Dale Romans will be talking this one up all fall and into the spring. So we may have already our Kentucky Derby winner book favorite. We'll determine that at the end of November when the Pool 1 comes out in the Kentucky Derby Futures. So big win for Dennis Moment in the Iroquois Stakes. And as we race towards the 2020 Kentucky Derby and Breeders' Cup Juvenile, make sure to subscribe and get all of the latest updates, or ring that bell for notifications. What did you think of Dennis Moment performance? Leave a comment in the notes below, and we'll get ready for the next big stakes recap. We'll be handicapping the Pennsylvania Derby this week and also taking a look at the Cotillion, both from Parks Racing.